This video, it's gonna be a little different. My name is Vince Leah, and I have ulcerative colitis. What is ulcerative colitis? Well, essentially, it's an inflammation of the colon, without getting into a lot of the details. They don't know why you have it, they don't know how you got it, and they don't know how to get rid of it. I was diagnosed with this over 11 years ago. The first 8 years or so were really tough. What are the symptoms of this condition? Well, they vary for everybody, but for me, the best way to describe it is imagine having food poisoning all the time. I had a lot of abdominal pain, a lot of bloating. You know, your body can't absorb any of the nutrients in the food that you're eating because it's so inflamed. So I had a lot of diarrhea, a lot of weight loss, stuff that's not really comfortable to talk about, but I feel we need to talk about this. And it wasn't until I started transitioning to a plant-based diet that my symptoms started to go away and I felt a lot better. And that's how it's been for the past few years up until recently. And now the last couple months, I've been dealing with a flare. Now, a flare is basically when all those symptoms and the inflammation comes back. And you don't know why it's coming back. It's just there. I mean, I haven't changed my diet. I'm not lacking any nutrition. It's just there. It could be an environmental thing. It could be stress. Nobody really knows. And originally, I didn't think it was a flare. I was like, oh, I had something I shouldn't have eaten. Maybe I'll remove this, or maybe I'll change this. And nothing was really working. And then I went and saw my doctor and found out that I was experiencing a flare, which was really hard for me to handle because I had been well for a few years now, that dealing with this flare emotionally was difficult to accept. And I think that's why it took me so long even to see the doctor. I've adjusted some of my medications, and I've really concentrated the food I've been eating into really clean, anti-inflammatory foods. A lot of turmeric, ginger, green juice, to try to help the body heal. I do believe there are so many healing properties in food, and I've really been concentrating on making sure I'm having those foods in my diet. Along with these physical ailments is the mental issues that come along with it, which can be just as bad as the physical. For me, I have to be careful I don't get into the state of not wanting to even go outside, wanting to stay home, not wanting to go see friends or go to an event because I'm worried about everything else that's gonna happen. Are you gonna be in pain during that time? Is there gonna be a restroom nearby? And these constant things start going through your head. So a lot of times you just kind of curl up and say, I'd rather not go out. And it's easy just to stay home and not deal with it, or not want to put yourself in a situation where you have to talk about it. Because it's not easy to talk about this. Like, it's not something that really you want to start a conversation off talking about all these symptoms. And that's something you really have to just to fight through and get past. And it's not easy. I mean, I'm doing that right now, and you really have to make sure you don't start talking about the woe is me and how did this happen to me. I mean, that is irrelevant. And that is one of the hardest things to learn. And I catch myself going down that road, and I really have to just pull myself back and remind myself of what it was like to be healthy. I'm gonna get there, and to keep going, and that it's worth the fight to keep going. Because this condition is basically invisible. Nobody knows you have it when they look at you. You don't see it physically. If you're talking on the phone, people will be like, you sound the same, but you can't transfer the pain that you're going through over the phone. So it can be really challenging, and I know what it's like to have to deal with that. Now there's a few reasons why I decided to sit down and make this video. One was to share with you what I'm going through on a personal level. I know a lot of my videos, you know, we're going out, we're eating vegan food, we're covering events, we're having a lot of fun, but there's also this real side and this real struggle. And it's something that I felt was important to share. And also, maybe you're going through something. Maybe you don't have Crohn's or colitis or any other health issues. Maybe it's something else that you're dealing with, that you're struggling with, that you know you need to keep fighting and you need to keep pushing. And I just want to let you know that whatever that is, keep fighting, because at the end, it's worth it. I've been there before, and I could tell you, push through the struggle, because when you're at your lowest point, that's when it's the hardest. It's the hardest to push through and fight when you're at your lowest point. But that's when it's the most important time not to give up. So just keep pushing through it, because at the end, it'll all be worth it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you're going through anything that you're struggling with, and we could help support each other. So we're all in this together, and we're gonna keep fighting through it, and we're all gonna overcome whatever challenges we're facing. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna be back next week. A lot of cool things, and a lot of cool chefs, and a lot of cool recipes, and all that stuff I'm doing, which I love to share with you. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'll talk to you soon.